Well, I'm going to say this pretty quietly because I don't want to risk looking like an idiot in a month's time, but things are starting to click here with Distillery. The new players are settling, our new striker is scoring, and we're even keeping a few clean sheets. We've got two big games in two competitions today. We could all but secure a passage through in Europe too. This is going to be season defining. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 95 of Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We are back today to face Glentoran, one of only two sides to take points off us in the Irish Premiership this season. And then we've got a chance to make it 9 from 9 in Europe as we host Slovan Bratislava at Windsor Park. So if you're looking forward to all of that, as the title race is well and truly open in Northern Ireland, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let's go and have a look at the schedule and see what's been happening here. And it's a sea of green. We've not had too many games since you were last with me, but we're starting to score goals a bit more freely. We've kept clean sheets in over half the games, and albeit a lot of them have been against lower opposition, we've managed to stay consistent. So since you were with me for that Alloa game and a brilliant win at Sheriff Tiraspol, we won 3-0 at Portadown in the League Cup. Simpson, Lennon and Puarte with first half goals. A 1-0 win at Crusaders as a rotated side got the job done. It was Dermot Lafferty who scored the goal in the Shield quarter-final. A 5-1 win against Portadown again, this time at home in the league. Maurice Simpson with a hat-trick before Goss and Muckle Hatton got one apiece. A 4-0 win against Cliftonville saw an early Tom Robinson penalty after a red card. Massive thank you to him for making our day easy. A 2 for Muckle Hatton and 1 for Morgan Griffiths. Lots of different people contributing still. A 3-2 win at home to Lisburn. Another 430 grand from European victories. 2 for Simpson, 1 for Morgan Griffiths. What a season Griffiths is having, by the way. And then a 3-0 win against Ballymena United. Both of those two scored again. And Curtis Bell, in for the injured Williams, added the third to make it comfortable. So a very good October so far with just one game to go, but we know Glentoran are a threat. If we have a look at the league table, it is really tightening up. You have now got Larne who have dropped 3 points, Linfield have dropped 6, we can go above them if we win our games in hand. Coleraine have dropped off a bit as well, so it's only really Larne who have got the better of us, and we'll play them in the next episode. So I'll be interested to see how we get on. We have had a lot of the easier games so far, we've got to be fair on that front, but so have the other teams due to European football. So we'll see how we go in those games in a minute, but for now it is all about Northern Ireland because we've managed 2 more games for the nation. We've picked up 2 more wins. 4 for Jamie Donnelly in the last one, a 5-2 win against North Macedonia, and 3 for him in the game before against Luxembourg, as an early red card did us a massive favour again. So a bit of a story of red cards this season across the competitions, but we're doing all right, and I'm pretty happy with the progress. So we'll start focusing on the nation when we get to proper qualifiers next year. But for now, Maurice Simpson is scoring goals. Glentoran are going to be a formidable opponent. But I'm hopeful that despite having to rotate with a big European game coming up on Thursday, we have to prioritise it because it's such big money to the club. We've gained £1 million in the last month from winning 2 group games. Let's see if we can back it up again. First though, this is the big job to be done. Glentoran v Distillery, a much rotated side, a lot of backup players, but this is what we've built the squad for. Let's go and have a look at the 11 I've picked today. And it's mostly rotated, just Kane, Goss and Lennon keeping their place in the first 11. But it's still a pretty good team, a lot of first teamers from last season. We've got no excuse not to perform. It is Neil Kane in goal, Bell and Harvey the fullbacks with Jones and Goss at centre half, Daniels, Robinson and Lennon the midfield 3 with Mpardi and Varma on the wings, and then Daniel Lafferty through the middle. 5 big game changers and then Wilson and Muckle Hatton on the bench. Let's see whether it's enough to get us the victory. And there's a few familiar names in their team too. Back in a minute to see who they are. Well, due to Glentoran bringing Barry Coffey back into the lineup, it is 3 former players we're up against today. Coffey, Jim Wood and Colin McCann all start for Glentoran. And there's an FM22 hero in there as well. Anyone spot the name? Matthew Carson, the left back who we had at Hemel Hempstead early in that save last year. I'll put the playlist in the eye above if you've never seen it. But he was a big part of that save and he's in this team today. Andrew Bell up front, we know the threat of. They've got quality on the bench. They're a good football team. But we've been on a good run, we're starting to look positive, and it's one of the weakest teams we've put out against a strong opposition. So there's part of me that's concerned about this. We know that they're as good as our backup team, based on the former players of ours that are in their squad. But let's go and get into it. They've got a big home crowd, and we'll be hoping to keep them quiet. We've of course started positive here. We'll keep an eye on that, whether it's the right decision or not, because Glentoran are on the attack early doors. They've got a massive pitch here as well, which might be a problem for us, as Daniels plays out to Curtis Bell. Brings the ball forward down the left-hand side to Varmer. Bit of natural width out there with him today. Back to Bell again. He carries it short to Daniels and into Robinson in the centre circle. Good footballer, but again, not much energy in there, as Lennon goes back to Daniels again for Bell. Easy to forget that Daniels was first choice last year. Probably sixth choice for the three midfield positions now. As Goss keeps it, it's a long spell of possession. You feel like this is going to lead to something. As Bell gets it up to Lennon. For a key highlight, there's got to be something at the end of this. As Varmer gets down the left wing. Chance to cross, there's three in the middle. Can he find one? Lafferty's up. And the goalkeeper has done us a massive favour. Carson can't get there at the back stick. Lafferty takes it in. A lovely passing move. And the fact they've put that down as a Carson error is absolutely criminal based on what the keeper did. 15 gone, no, we don't care. We're 1-0 up and we've started well. I've just seen Linfield are 2 up already as well, so we're going to have to make sure we hold on to this one. As McCann puts the cross in, it's a dangerous ball. Kelly's header hits the woodwork. What are we doing in our 6-yard box there? I know we want to play good football, but that's a little bit too excessive. As Lennon brings it away down the right. Look, it's not a good through ball, but it's relief from that moment at the back there. A little bit of a scare. Long ball forward from the Glentoran keeper. Intercepted by Lennon for Lafferty. Good challenge. Last ditch from the defender. Varmer picks it up on the left wing though. Takes on Jim Wood. A great cross in. Jaffet and Pardy's at the back post. He's out of contract in 2 months. He's not registered for the European squad. But I'd really like to keep him. He's doing so well for us at the minute. And he's trying to earn that new contract. Great start for us. All of the big hitters are ahead now with Larn scoring. And this is going to be, I think, as you were at the end of the day. As Bell chases a long ball in behind. Goss clears it. I love to get 3 or 4 up as they're in at the other end. Armstrong heads in for 2-1. I'll shush that talk as soon as I start it because things are getting a little bit squeaky again. It's squeaky bum time at the back as Daniels puts the cross in. It's Goss up at the back post and it's headed over the bar. End-to-end football, but a little bit of a threat on our own goal. We've given away a couple of good chances and Glentoran are in this game. As Robinson puts a free kick over, can we please have a breather because I need my voice to last 20 more minutes. Well, it's a long ball forward from Glentoran as we're back in the final 10 of the half. Robinson picks it up in the centre circle from Pardy. I was going to say earlier, it would be nice to rest Goss, to rest the likes of Lennon for midweek. Don't think it's going to happen. As Daniels goes back to Goss here. Out wide to Curtis Bell. He's had a good game. Been in the team this week because of the injury to Williams and shown he's still got a lot to offer. As Robinson carries it forward to Lafferty. In 1-on-1. Brilliant run from Dermot Lafferty. I think I called him Daniel earlier in the episode. Another goal for him. He and Simpson are really starting to get going now. Started slowly, took them a while to adapt, but now we've got 2 quality strikers. Half time, 3-1 to Distillery. Can't be too unhappy with that half, can we? Lots of shots on target, we're very happy. Now let's make sure we see it out. We're 10 minutes gone in the second half and we're back with the ball in our own half again. Just want to make sure we don't give away anything silly. We keep the ball well and maybe create chances, but as I say that, Colin McCann robs his former teammate Daniels. Coffey puts him through again. He's going to score here. He's against his former club. Oh, it's a great clearance from Bell. Does really well, but it falls for Armstrong. Harvey intercepts the cross. He'll bring it away. Goes short to Kane and it's out from the back. But another warning sign. And to be fair, Sean Daniels hasn't had the best game in there. Not been his usual dominant display. He is still on a 7.0, so I should maybe be careful. This is a long ball forward from Glentoran, which Jones heads up. Lennon flicks on to the left-hand side, but McCausland is there first. He'll hold it up for Glentoran. They've definitely been in this game. It's not been an absolutely dominant one. As McCann gets in, Bell's in the middle, completely unmarked, and it's flicked in by Harvey. What was Jones doing? He completely lost his man, and all the instructions being ignored. It's another one of these games where we're 3 up, and then we make it frustrating. We give away silly goals. 20 to go, I'm going to make subs. Lennon and Bell will come off. We'll bring on Wilson with Harvey switching to the left. It's the only choice I've got. I'm also going to take off Varmer on a yellow for Ben Parry. I'm going to take off Lennon as the number 10 for Griffiths. Whitehall will come on in centre midfield for Daniels. Robinson will switch sides. And then the final sub, do I go from Pardy off or for Lafferty? I'll leave it for now, but we've got Puarte, Mckelhatton and Simpson, so there's options there if we need them. Well, just over 5 minutes to go. I've dropped to balance now because Glentoran's starting to have chances as Griffiths has a free kick. Would not mind that going in, but it's just over the bar. Robinson is knackered and on a yellow in centre mid, but I don't really think we've got options there. The best I think we can do is maybe drop Morgan Griffiths in, put those two alongside each other, Ben Parry as the number 10, and then someone in off the left. So we'll move Lafferty to the left and we'll put Mckelhatton up front because he can't play on Thursday night either. So if we're going to use legs, it might as well be him. Make sure Simpson doesn't get a knock as Pardy puts the corner in. Charles does well this time, the keeper. Made that howler at the start, which might cost them the game, but his distribution's good there. Long ball with Wilson intercepting. He's another one out of contract in December. He's not going to stay though, he's unhappy. Bobby Harvey, cutting in from the left-hand side. Doing a job for us out of position here. As Goss carries the ball forward, plays short to Jones. Good football from us, composed play at the moment. Parry puts Mckelhatton in. Wouldn't mind a goal now. Oh, it's just over the crossbar. It just glanced it on the way over as well. It was a great opportunity. And into stoppage time we go. We've got the time wasting on, but we're still countering at speed with Parry. Mckelhatton gets there. He's in again. Got two alongside him. Shoots himself. Blazes over the bar. And that's the problem with the lack of match sharpness, the lack of happiness. He's just not got that confidence in front of goal. But it's a 3-2 win. It was harder than it needed to be, but we've got the job done. The voice is just about held up, so we'll tell the lads we're happy. We'll be back on Thursday night for a massive European fixture. Here we go then. It is fitness test time ahead of a huge Europa Conference game for Distillery. We are flying the flag for the nation. We have got 6 points out of 6 and we are currently third in that qualification table. But most importantly, if we win this one, we're virtually assured a last 32 place. So let's go and get through to it, see if we can do well. It's going to be all change from that Glentoran game. We'll see what the assistant picks and whether we stick with it or not. Still only 1,500 fans. It's a little disappointing. I wish we could play at our home stadium. Back in a minute to run through the team though. This game is massive for this football club. Right, my one big call for today is a huge one. It is Morgan Griffiths ahead of Ruari Lennon, who on paper is the best player at the club. Yes, I still know his name's Rory. The rest of the team, probably as you would expect it to be. It is Neil Kane in goal. Reid and Williams the fullbacks with Goss and McKenzie as centre-half. Daly and Whitehall the midfield two. Griffiths in as the number 10. And then Parry and Puarte off Murray Simpson. Let's go and see if we can get the result. What we've done in these games generally is started balanced at home. I've found it's worked better against the sides who sit back a bit. They've got a couple of real players that are good. Ilko is a star wonder kid, one of them. He skippers the side today. He's only 17, I think. But he is an absolute superstar. So we're going to get the boys on the front foot. We're going to drop to balance just for the first 20 minutes or so. Hopefully we can force them out a bit and then maybe take advantage on the front foot. But here comes the Europa music. Here come the boys at Windsor Park. It's a good team. It's not a very fit bench because the bottom three haven't got any fitness at all. But at the moment, it doesn't really matter. It is all about trying to get the results. And at the moment, we've been doing it. And if we can get this one, if we can get through to European football after Christmas, it's not just about what it does for the nation this year. It's about what it does for us next season in qualifying. Not having that 450th ranked reputation. Giving us those easier draws early on. Avoiding Maribor, avoiding Cluj. And getting us into maybe the Europa League. Even the Champions League, dare I dream. Into the first half we go. Let's see if we can get a result. Well, it's been a quiet first half so far. The stats look alright as we have the first highlight there. A corner which is headed pretty comfortably over. But as you can see, we've just edged it without really creating too much. So, let's be honest, we'd take a point, wouldn't we? 7 out of 3 games is good. But given some of the games we've got towards the end, this is one I'd probably like to win. At half-time, it's set pieces galore. Has Goss into Whitehall. Oh, that'll do. Little set-piece routine. Griffiths with a wicked ball to the back post. Goss nods it back across goal. And Whitehall is there to poach. On the stroke of half-time, it is 1-0 to Distillery. And Bratislava have not offered a lot. I've of course told the lads I'm pleased. They're creating chances galore. But can we make it count? Can we stay in the lead or are they going to fight back? We've seen other sides in the second half, Luzern in particular, much stronger after the break. But will they do the same here? Slovan Bratislava can't get a kick at the minute. It's Goss going back to Mackenzie, the centre half. He's starting to improve, by the way. It's out to Reed at right back. He's still going on international duty for the England youth team. Finds Puarte. Chance to go forward to Simpson. In one-on-one. Maurice Simpson. Brilliant finish from him. Onto his right side. Takes it down. So composed. And while he's not got that electric pace that Hartman had last year, he doesn't naturally run in behind as much. He's better in the air. He's better with his feet. He holds the ball up well. And he's got that bigger frame which works. The voice is going. The excitement is getting to me. But we're 2-0 up. And at the moment, I just don't care if we win. As Whitehall gets it through to Simpson. Oh, it's a great goal. Placed into the corner. A keeper got a hand to it. And it's 3-0. It is European dreamland for Distillery. And the group stages have ended up being easier than the qualifiers. It's amazing. Let's go and make some subs with 25 to go. I'm a very happy man at the minute. Thankfully, these boys are holding up a lot better than my voice. So let's go and get on. Varma for Parry. Griffiths will come off for Lennon. He deserves his run. And I think we'll save the rest for now. Keep an eye on Williams because he's just come back from injury at left back. But it's been a really good display from everyone. I'd love to be able to give Goss a rest, but we've only got Harley Jones and I want to be careful. So we'll get to maybe 10 minutes to go. And then I will do those two because I think this game is probably won now, which is amazing. It's not been a dominant display. We've had a few chances, but overall, it's just been a ruthless edge. So let's get Williams off for Curtis Bell, Harley Jones on for Cameron Goss, and the final one, Neil Daly off, and on will come Tom Robinson, purely because he's not complacent. That's the 5 substitutions made. We are basically on the brink here with this voice, so let's hope there's no more excitement. Just see out a comfortable 3-0 win, and then we can plan when we're next going to be back. It looks like we're doing just that. 3 minutes of stoppage time played. Bratislava had a few late chances, but nothing to really worry us. So well done, lads. It is 9 points out of 9. Who believes that? We are starting to fly. This squad is pretty good, and we're competing on all fronts. Let's go and have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back. But overall, things are looking pretty rosy here. Well, crucially, a centre forward in banging form. 430,000 for winning again. A third time we've had that in these groups. And if we have a look at the schedule, the finish is going to be big. We've got an away game at AEK, which is the hardest on paper. And we finish away at Maccabi Tel Aviv, which is tricky. But that's the game we're going to be back for. It's a run of 4 games that I would show all of because 2 Europa Conference games, 4 far in my favourite competition, and Larne in the Irish Premiership. We're going to show the final 2 of that 4-game stretch. Larne away just before Christmas and Maccabi Tel Aviv, the final European group game. There's a lot of big ones before then. We could reach the Shield final, we could reach the League Cup semis, and we could well already secure our passage in Europe. But it is a trickier run of league games in December, isn't it? Coleraine away, Larne at home, Ballymena away, always tricky for us. So we'll see how we get on. It's going to be a busy month, but at the moment, there can be no complaints. Things are starting to click. The Maurice Simpson signing is starting to look like the right decision. If you agree with me and you did enjoy that thrilling episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. The backup team doing really well too. Got to give them credit at Glentoran. But all of the money we're bringing into the club is going to make such a difference in the second decade of this save. If you want to stay up to date and see if we can continue to compete on all fronts, as we should have the All-Ireland Cup final around then as well, so that might cause a change of plan in the episode. But if you want to stay up to date with it, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We're going to be showing a lot of action from this season because it's the biggest one in this club's history. In the meantime though, voice permitting, we'll be back again tomorrow with the head coach. A massive thank you for sticking with me through the croaky episodes this week. You can find plenty of other content up in the eye above as well. The latest season of the head coach, the Twitch channel, the football podcast and the blog story as well. But thank you very much for watching as always. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you back here next time for more big action with Distillery.